my name's Karen and I'm the writer-director of a short film called Rachel. And I'm going to ask for your generosity in helping me bring that story from script to screen. Rachel's a story that's really close to my heart because it's born out of my own personal experience, but it's not just my story, it's everybody's story. Rachel explores the complex relationship between religion, family and love, and asks whether funerals are for the living or for the dead. Rachel's story is one about a girl who has to fight even from beyond the grave against the wishes of her father in order to have her own last wishes fulfilled. One of the really interesting things about this film is the way we're going to shoot it. We're going to have different shooting styles for different aspects of the story. So when we start in the funeral chapel, it's a very enclosed, claustrophobic space with no windows, and it's going to feel very threatening and closed in and aggressive. And then we follow the couple on a road trip. And then we're going to be in a VW van and the camera is going to be inside the van and outside the van, getting a gradual sense of growing freedom. And then our final location is going to be a windswept beach. And here we're hoping to use a drone to completely release from the ground and to film this beautiful woman walking along the beach into the sunset, completely free. One of the most important things about telling this story is finding the right locations to tell the story well. Some of that has been just amazing fun, going to North Norfolk and finding this windswept beach where it turned out the sea was about a mile walk away and we nearly got cut off by the tide and blown off the sand dunes. That was great, we had a really lovely time. But for me, one of the hardest things has been having to find a chapel of rest in a funeral director's to film in. For me, that meant taking the opportunity to go back to where my father's funeral was organised from. And it's such a strange thing, this shop sandwiched between a dry cleaners and a tattoo parlour, where so much of huge emotion and great sadness happens, and yet we all walk past these places on a daily basis without thinking about it. And I thought it would be hard to find a funeral director who would be willing to allow us to film. I thought we would have to find a studio instead. But at the weekend, Tanya and I met this amazing funeral director, Deborah, who, when we asked her, she just said, you know what, I would love to help you because this is so important. People don't want to talk about this, and yet we have these people coming in and they're in a terrible state, and all they ask is, what would he or she have wanted? It's such a great thing to think about these things and to talk about them. And I'm really hoping this film will allow people to do that. So if you can help us, please do. Whatever you can afford to give will be so greatly appreciated. Your contributions will go towards cameras, crew, locations, music, and so much more. There are so many things that go into making a film. Thank you for listening.